any new on my moan till I
With that
Sonic
in mind,
3.
With that in mind,
Sonic 3
what's up, movie
starts
fans?
out. Sonic 3 starts out with Sonic's birthday. They do a little race.
Yeah.
It's not actually how it starts out. It starts out with Shadow being released from being contained.
Released is a weird way to say it.
He breaks out.
Definitely breaks
He breaks
out.
free, like in High School Musical, and beats a bunch of guys up. And then my wife leans over to me and goes, "Shadow's kind of hot." And then we get to Sonic racing Knuckles and Tails, where Knuckles and Tails beat him. That's crazy. What's happening? It's because it was all a
Hold on.
setup. It's
let's
his
not gloss
birthday.
over. What is your opinion about Shadow's hotness level?
I mean, it's obvious why people think that he's a better character, and it's not because he is. It's not because he has a fleshed out backstory and some dramatic things that go on to make him more relatable.
You make him. You're sounding like Knuckles in the movie, a far superior hedgehog.
This is a much more formidable hedgehog than I fought before.
I loved all those little jokes that they had in
They're
there
really
like
good.
that. Those are really good.
And so Sonic goes, "You guys remembered," or some shit like that, because he doesn't know.
So wait, let's go back. So you do think Shadow is hot as well, like your wife?
If I were to make a decision on whether or not I think that Shadow is an attractive character, I'd have to say that between the choices of
Aesthetically
yes or
speaking.
no, aesthetically speaking, I mean, his voice is very attractive. It's Keanu Reeves. He's got that whole like dual toned hair thing going on
He's
that
got
a
a
lot
gun.
of goth girls have. And I mean, are you gonna say you're not a fan of goth girls, Steven? And
Are
you?
you?
And a gun.
Are you?
He drives a motorcycle.
He rides a motorcycle.
He's got a troubled past. So yeah, I don't think there's anything unattractive about Shadow the Hedgehog. So Sonic's birthday is interrupted by Gun, our favorite government agency, showing up to go, "We need Team Sonic to help us. There's an outbreak of some weird thing happening in Shibuya."
a much older agency than we were led to believe.
Yeah, it definitely didn't start a couple years ago. It's definitely been 50 years, maybe.
At least, maybe
We could get away.
several
We
thousand.
could get away by saying that maybe the dude was just lying to them in the second movie. I like to think they didn't think ahead.
Well, he's old, so maybe he's senile.
Oh, you're right.
and
Maybe
was
he's
just
old.
He
like,
just forgot.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
he just forgot
He-
that
he
he was
was
the
like-
lead on Project Shadow.
He was like hedgehog, blue, black. They're the same to me.
Yeah.
He doesn't see colors when it comes.
I
to
don't like
hedgehogs.
them. I don't like them regardless. They're taking over our country. They're taking our jobs.
He mixed up the timeline from his first hatred for.
He's
for
actually
hedgehogs.
Man, the 50s
J.
were a
Jonah
wild
Jameson.
time.
I need a picture of Shadow's ass on my desk, 7 a.m.
or you'll get your toes licked.
That's also a callback. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
That was
it.
yours though.
I need a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog's toes. And I need another picture of someone licking them on my desk by 7 a.m.
Oh.
Is this where y'all
I
overlay a
love
picture of Sonic's toes?
Yeah, the Sonic feet
on-
picture.
Yeah.
Make sure you put that in this.
Yeah. With the Vine boom sound effect.
Hey, chat, can you put a picture of... Oh, wait.
Chat, is this
this
real?
for YouTube. I'm so...
Hey guys, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, we're going off the rails. So Sonic gets picked up in a helicopter, to which I sat there the whole time going, yes, please. He's in a gun helicopter. They're going towards the city. It has to happen. And then Sonic says the thing that he
Gotta
says
go fast.
in the game, Steven, in the cutscene. Do you remember?
Konnichiwa?
No. Where he goes, "Man, no food or movies? This plane's lame. I'm out of here."
Oh, he does say that.
Yeah, and then he breaks off a piece of the helicopter and
Hey,
uses
what are you
it to
doing?
ski
Yeah,
down the
that's
street.
right.
But that didn't happen. Instead, he lands down in Shibuya, which is an odd choice to be honest, but like sure. And they interact with Shadow the Hedgehog for the first time, to which he walks up on a burning thing.
Describe this interaction a little bit more in more depth, please.
So Keanu, as Shadow the Hedgehog, walks up onto a burning pile, to which my wife leans over to me and goes, "Damn, Shadow's kind of hot,"
Quite literally, because he's surrounded by flames.
and says one of the best lines. Well, you're a colorful bunch. And then immediately cuts to the three of them. A colorful bunch. Move your arm a little bit. Shit. Don't move your arm.
Okay,
Don't move your arm. Move it back.
You decide what you want me to do, man. Move it or don't move it.
You get the echidna.
Okay.
Okay. And then his tails can go here. This is very important to the review, just so you know. All right.
I'm glad I could be the shelf
Yeah.
for all these.
And then they go, okay, we're gonna fight Shadow, and Shadow is like, why? And Sonic goes, no, we're not gonna fight, and we don't need a fight. And Knuckles goes, actually, I want to fight
Sonic
him.
tries to talk no jutsu him. He tries to Naruto him.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So Knuckles is like, I'm gonna punch no jutsu him.
And Sonic's like, why can't we be friends? He said, you hopped out of a gun helicopter. There's nothing for us to talk about because he doesn't like government. Which is why he's hot.
He doesn't like the gun agency, but from what I
Specifically.
hear, he does like guns.
He does like guns.
So are we anti-Shadow because of his unappreciation for government agencies?
No, I actually also hate government agencies now, and we're all about Shadow.
Okay.
You switched up so fast.
Yeah. And Sonic
Tyranny,
goes,
you're
no,
tearing-
wait. And
You're
then
tearing
they...
down the shrine tonight.
Yeah, it's already down, actually. It's just to post this as All Hail Shadow, which is another banger song from the Shadow the Hedgehog games. And Sonic goes, no, wait, I just want to talk. And then they fight, and he's faster than Sonic. He just teleports. That's the thing with the Chaos
what?
Emerald. Chaos
He
Control.
doesn't have the emerald, though.
That's what they want you to think.
Oh, okay. They fooled me.
He just he just teleports. They don't explain it.
Yeah.
But that's his power, is he teleports.
Which is
They
a
might
cool-
explain it
which-
in the Shadow the Hedgehog movie, where I am very interested to see how they introduce Black Doom into this whole thing.
Do you think if they do a release of a Shadow the
Yeah,
Hedgehog
you said
movie,
you do.
they're gonna make
I will get
a
it.
popcorn bucket?
That one I will not have to think about. I will just get it. I'm going to have so much Sonic stuff that at some point I'm going to have like an actual influential person in my home, and I'm going to have to hide it. Or explain it away. Like, no, it's not cringe, I promise. I don't have a child. It's just me and my wife. And I have a bunch of Sonic stuff in my house.
No, I swear it's cool. Please.
No, Switch, cool. You want to listen to Live and Learn by Crush 40? I love Crush 40. So they all get a little sad that they couldn't beat Shadow or catch up to him, which Sonic tries his very best. And Tails goes, "Oh, I know the right place. How dare you? I know a place we can go to go relax." And they go to the Chow Garden, which is this like character cafe, where they meet up with the director of Gun to catch up. And they almost get gunned down by some Eggman egg drones. Sorry, the pneumonia's flaring up. That's also a callback.
Sonic excellently avoids the missiles that were shot at him.
Nice, very good. But the director, who was old, did not. And
He took one to the face.
and
died
some
immediately.
motorcycle guy shows up and gets all of the egg drones down
super cool.
and just leaves.
yeah.
And Sonic goes, nah, that's no good.
And that's
and
a callback
chases
to
after him.
Jurassic Park.
Yep, that's callback to Jurassic Park and the Sonic Underground series. Anyways, the director goes, wait, Sonic, before you go, here, take this. It's the Iblis trigger from Sonic 06. Shout out to that. You have no idea what I'm referencing. Sonic is the Iblis trigger in Sonic 06
Nobody knows
to
what you're
create
referencing.
a volcano demon.
What?
Yeah. That's for Sonic 5, though. We'll wait for
I'm
Sonic
gonna be
5
real
for
with
the
you.
A-plus
Just
trigger.
the idea of demons being in Sonic is insane to me.
Yeah, and they're very prevalent the further in we get.
Which is crazy because it's like, oh yeah, it's just hedgehog freeing animals fighting some crazy scientists, and then
Aliens.
demons. Aliens makes aliens make sense because
Technically, they are aliens.
Yeah, yeah.
They
They are aliens.
established that in the movie.
Yeah, demons, the supernatural.
Yeah, the supernatural. Like having it. Well, there's also an entire game where Sonic gets sucked into a storybook about King Arthur and has to fight his way out. And then and then Sonic and the Secret Rings is basically Aladdin in Arabian Nights. That's pretty cool. And there's an entire video made by Brian David Gilbert that talks about the power scaling in Sonic in the series, and there's a very quotable line where he says, which means with Sonic's power, he could either kill a god or is God, and I don't care if there's a difference. So we'll get there. Sonic 5. It won't be the fourth one. Sonic 5.
You heard it here first. Predictions for Sonic 5.
Yeah.
Full-time movie fans. Full-time Sonic fans.
Full-time Sonic fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
So
won't happen again.
Sonic tracks down this mystery guitar man, mystery motorcyclist, and it's Agent Stone,
Whoa.
Eggman's henchman / lover.
No way.
And he goes, "Yeah, the doctor's not actually dead. If you need to figure out what's going on, here's where we can find him." And then they go back to the egg crab.
Yeah,
Which
there's
is
a giant
this
mechanized
underground
crab.
base.
Yeah.
Where Jim Carrey is watching novellas and getting
Eating burritos.
eating burritos and drumming on his belly. And they go, we gotta see what's going on. There's a guy pretending to be Dr. Eggman, and that's not cool.
That's not acceptable.
And that's no good.
Identity theft is a crime, and it affects many people.
Yeah, including Ivo Robotnik. And so they team up where they gotta go find where these things are coming from, and Robotnik, Eggman finds where these things are being located, and they travel there, and it's an old gun base from forever ago. Not 5 years ago.
No, 5 years ago.
50 years ago.
Because ruins don't get that nerdy that quick.
No, not that quick. And there was also a bowl of popcorn that looked like it was freshly made. Do you remember that?
No.
Where they're looking around and Sonic's like, this wasn't just a base, it was somebody's home. And there's a bowl of popcorn with popcorn in it that looks like it's been there for 20 minutes, which is kind of crazy. From the flashback scene that we saw of Shadow of his childhood days in the base. I'll get to that. I'll explain that in a minute. Shadow's got a very tragic tale. But they explore the base, and they get caught by Shadow, and Eggman meets old Eggman, which is actually Gerald Robotnik,
His grandfather.
in the saggy flesh, also played by Jim Carrey, who is 110 years old by what he's saying, which is kind of crazy. Because in every flashback, he already looked old. Not 60, 80,
kind of like
90.
Morgan Freeman. I think he's
A little bit like
old.
Morgan Freeman.
He's always looked old.
Yeah. But it's also not explained why he's 110 years old. It's just assumed, I guess.
Because of his technology.
Yeah, sure.
It's because of his brains.
Yeah, his brains. Or the shadow quill that he also juices up on, like Eggman juices up on Sonic quills.
Keeps him young.
They both did that.
Did he have a shadow?
Yeah, he had. Yeah, he was licking it too.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
he did. That's true.
well, I guess we should go see it again so you can re-up your knowledge of
right
the
now.
Sonic movie.
Yeah,
you know what?
Actually,
hey,
review
this
over.
has been full-time.
See you
This
guys.
has been full-time movie fans.
Thanks
Thanks for watching.
joining us. We're gonna go rewatch the best movie ever made
Yeah.
right now.
One
You
of
should
top
too.
top five best movies ever made.
Some would say top 20.
Yeah. And Gerald goes, "It's me, your grandpappy. I love you. You're my family. You're my only family. We should team up.
Only family.
Yeah, only family, and we'll take over the world together, like two very smart men." And he goes, "Yep, sounds good to me." And then they kiss, and then Sonic goes, "Shadow, wait, don't go with them. They can't leave us here chained up. You don't know what's going on." And Shadow goes, "You're kind of dumb and very annoying," and then puts a black hole bomb on the side of the mountain where they're just trapped there. It's crazy.
To get sucked up by the black hole.
Yeah, and then they use a ring to escape. Team Sonic
To
does
escape
Their
the
last,
suck.
his
to
last
escape
one.
the last ring.
Yeah.
Sonic's last ring.
Kind of like the last Senju Bean.
Yeah, or the Last Samurai, from the Last Samurai,
The last of the Mohicans.
and the Last of the Mohicans. Bridge to Terabithia. So, a girl dies in that one. Spoilers.
Oh wow! It's just
jeez.
like Shadow or Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Oh my gosh. They all copied Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Now I'll tell you the backstory to Shadow in the movie. Shadow was apparently a meteor that crashed into Earth, and then when the meteor dissolved, Shadow was what was left, which is also a crazy. Sure, and then they started doing tests, and they were like, "Hey, this hedgehog's pretty fast. He could
How
like
fast is he?
so fast." And then they started doing tests on him, but then Gerald Robotnik brought his granddaughter because he takes her everywhere. That was the explanation. And she and Shadow become friends,
Besties.
and
I
they
would
watch
say.
movies together, and they hang out in open air together,
Looking at stars and,
and-
holding hands
and roller skating.
and talking about life.
They
and
love
what
it.
it means.
They love it so much. And at some point, Gunn decided that the project needed to be shut down and all the evidence erased, and so they were gonna try to kill Shadow or contain him or some shit.
Well,
But it backfired, and then an
He was too
explosion
strong.
went off, and Maria dies.
yeah, he was too strong and they were scared.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Kind of like kind of like Superman.
kind of like Superman. Yeah, yeah.
Especially
Or
with him
Iron
crashing-
Man. Iron Man
or
too.
crashing like him crashing down in the earth like Superman did.
Yeah.
And then they got scared and the government tried to control them and they couldn't.
Oh, like the Flash.
See, everything copied Sonic 3.
Everything copied Sonic 3.
These are the facts.
So that's
You
the
can't-
backstory. Oh, and then Shadow got locked up in a gun facility in like cryostasis, but it's not cryostasis because he's just in
water?
liquid.
He's just in water.
Yeah, which also is
But
just
there's
kinda
no
weird.
breathing apparatus on him.
Yeah,
But I guess that fits
I
with
mean
the
he's
rest.
the ultimate life form. So
That fits with the rest of the movie because at some point, sorry, spoilers skipping ahead, Sonic and friends can just breathe in space.
well, they're aliens.
Okay.
Canonically, in the movies, they're aliens.
So they can just breathe wherever they want.
Yeah,
That's
Can
not
you?
true because remember, right before
Oh, yeah. Sonic can't swim. So he
spoilers,
can't breathe
And
in
Knuckles
water.
almost drowned in water.
Yeah, so
Spoilers.
they can't
Water.
breathe in water.
remember when so Sonic is falling to the earth, Knuckles is about to toss Tails at him. He goes, "Hold your breath."
Mm.
So
Tails cannot breathe in space,
Oh, we found the one chink in
but
the armor.
Sonic absolutely can.
We-
No doubt, Sonic
can he?
He was on the moon.
Okay, they were in super mode. I figured that
No,
was...
when they weren't. They were just sitting on the moon.
That's true. He's right.
Hey
They
man,
were.
can you calm down? You're like causing the microphone.
No. No, Steven, because you're being stupid.
You freaking fricks!
When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
This is a Sonic fan
so
reference.
so we found the one. So we
shout
found
out
the
Sammy Sonic fan.
we found the one chink in the armor of Sonic 3 is that there's no consistency on whether they can breathe or not in any environment.
Jarvis, I'm going to need you to shut up. To one of the best movies of all time, all right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna continue to say words.
Okay, so
occasionally.
that's Shadow's backstory. That's why he's so mad, is because his best friend died
Maria.
tragically, and then he had 50 years to relive that moment.
he was seething in that anger for
Yeah.
50 years.
For 50, which is, I mean, yeah, fair.
You can't really fault him for being upset.
No, you can't. So Sonic escapes,
Top 5 movie.
and they go, Tom and wife that I can't remember the name of. We need you to help us break into the secret military base and find this other key so that they can't do something with it, because they still don't
They
know
need-
what exactly is happening with
Yeah,
it.
but they know that they need both keys for it.
They do know they need to get the keys. Yeah. But what we learned from Gerald is that the military gun had commissioned him to create a like planet-destroying weapon that they call the Death Star, and it shoots
Everything
a big
copied-
laser beam
Everything copied Sonic
at the
3.
Earth to take out continents at a time. Everything copied Star Wars. Oh, sorry. Everything copied Sonic.
Sonic,
Star Wars
Sonic 3.
copied Star Wars. So Star Wars copied Sonic.
Sonic.
Live and learn. Okay, so we're back. We're back. So they come up with a harebrained scheme to sneak into the gun lab, where Tom is going to use Tails' hologram, who's he what's it, to disguise himself to get into this obviously well protected base that people definitely aren't like on high alert because things are happening.
Gun has force fields too.
Gun has force fields that can like disintegrate anything that comes into contact with them. So they're gonna sneak in. Tom's gonna get in there, and they're gonna put a flash drive in some random computer, and then Tails is gonna hack into the mainframe and bring down the firewall, literally. And then Sonic's gonna run in and grab the key from a secret vault, and then they're gonna get out of there. So everything goes exactly to plan. Oh, and Knuckles is there to break glass in case of emergency. That's a very big, important detail.
Yes. He was very excited to break that glass.
And he's so excited to break glass in emergency. Sonic is really impatient, as he is, and it takes a while for
because
Tom
he's
to
got
get
to go
in.
fast all the time.
Right, and so it takes them too long, and at the point at which they get the flash drive into the computer, they're like, is there supposed to be another flash drive in the computer? The Eggmans are already there.
And it's funny because there's literally, it's like Eggman's face
Yeah.
on the flash drive. It's like,
Whose is this?
Yeah, they just like pull back on the camera to show their flash drive like right next to the one that they just
Yeah.
planted.
And Sonic's like, all right, time's up, let's do this. And Leroy Jenkins it.
Oh wait, you forgot the best part. The little USB bit from the where they had to blow into the USB to get it to
The
work.
best, you said it was the best part.
Hey man, you said it was a top 5 movie, so we can all say crazy
They
things.
put the flash drive in, it didn't work, and they pulled it out, and Tom went, "Oh, hold on, I should probably blow on it." like an NES cartridge.
and Tails is like, it's not been scientifically proven that
And it
that
worked.
worked.
Dude, just proof that
Stupid.
blowing on it will fix most problems.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that
brother.
right, Steven?
You're goddamn right, brother.
You were just saying that before we started this podcast.
What's the demographic of women that watch this again?
Oh man, very few. Very, very few. I can
Time to get those numbers up, boys.
Yeah, is it any surprise to you that the episode that Sybil sat in the seat is one of our highest viewed episodes?
Is it really?
It is, yeah.
Whoa.
I love that.
Anyways, Sonic almost gets fried on his way in because force fields and whatnot.
Tails
Tails
saved
has to Sonic Heroes him into the thing.
Yep.
A reference only I get in this room. Sorry, guys. And then Sonic goes in, runs in, and oh my God, the Eggmans! What are they doing the whole time? They're dancing to Galvanize,
That was
which was awesome.
that was the most unneeded part of the movie that I really liked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did too. I was like,
I was like,
this is a kids movie moment.
yeah,
I'm into it. It's
Yeah,
stupid enough.
a very
It's fine.
serious what's it called? I don't know, production people,
Yeah.
whatever.
Sure.
You know the terminology. They would have cut that immediately.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They would have just made it in.
It would have been on the cutting room floor, but that I'm glad it didn't hit the cutting room floor because they cut up the floor
They
with their
cooked.
dance moves.
They cut up. Yeah. They cut up.
They
The
cut a
dance
rug.
floor.
They cut a rug
They
on the
cut a
dance
rug
floor.
on the dance floor.
There we go.
And the Eggmans got to the vault first,
there.
and then Sonic goes, "Hey, you can't have that. Give that to me." And they go, "No, you can't have that." And then some lady from Gun goes, "No, actually, neither of you get it," and put weird gravity stuff on the floor to trap them all, and goes, "This is actually mine now, thanks." And then Shadow shows up at
No. Remember, they're. Yeah, sorry.
Tom and Maddie show up. That's her name. Her name's Maddie.
Yeah.
And they go, no, we'll get it. And then they're also trapped.
Yeah.
And then
Knuckles.
Knuckles and Tails show up.
He
and they
breaks glass
also
because of emergency.
Yeah, Knuckles breaks in dangerously.
Apparently, the force field didn't turn him into charred bits of fur and quills.
Well, it was already down.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
he got it down by that point.
Yeah. And
That's
then
not
they
Sonic 3's fault. That's my bad.
Yeah, that's your fault. And then Shadow shows up and goes, "I'll take these, thanks," but doesn't. And then he comes in afterwards.
He shows up in the right exact spot to be in front of.
But
Tom.
that's not before Sonic saves everybody from getting impaled by rubble, which is pretty cool. And that happens after Knuckles breaks the machine and everybody gets stuck.
Yeah.
And so they fight for a bunch of stuff, and then the lady gets away with both of the keys, and then Tom goes, "I have an idea," and he turns into the old guy from Gun and goes up to her and goes, "Good job. I'll take that back now." And she goes, "No, he said, "That's an order." And she gives it to him, and he goes, "Wow, that really worked." And then he meets Shadow in the hallway.
Don't forget
Bad
the little
idea.
jig he did.
He did
His
a little
happy
jig.
dance. Once he got the key, he's like, "I did it."
And then he meets Shadow in the hallway, and Shadow's like, "You're the guy who fucked up my entire life." And he goes, No, I'm not that guy," and then gets judo chopped in the neck.
No, he Falcon punches
He
him
does Falcon
in the
punch
ribs.
him in the ribs. And Tom may or may not be dead. Who knows? Sonic shows up, and he goes, "What did you do?"
He wasn't showing too many signs of life after that punch
He was
for a
not
little
shown,
bit. So,
yeah. And Shadow gets a flashback to him being by Maria's side.
but
I'm talking about a serious part. You're going to say a really bad joke? I swear to God,
no,
Judas.
Shadow. You think he's dead, but Shadow didn't double tap. So
That's
we
true.
we
Yeah.
were led to believe he was dead.
We were shown a body, but we weren't shown a flat line. So,
Yeah, exactly.
and Sonic's sitting by Tom's side going, "Tom, please wake up." Really sad. And Shadow remembers doing that with Maria when she died. And then goes, "No, I'm right. I'm right. There's no way I'm not." And takes the keys and gets out of there. And then Sonic decides that he's going to be serious for the rest of the movie from that point on.
Character growth.
And then and then the Robotniks are like, "Welcome to the Space Colony Ark. We're going to bring it out of London right now into space." And that's
Yeah, you forgot to mention earlier that he got his freedom by giving them his. Didn't you leave that part out? He gave them the plans to the Star Destroyer, and he got his freedom.
yeah.
And then of
Yeah,
course
and-
they
and
built
they
it
built it
exactly like he planned
as
them to.
you should,
Of course.
just in case.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, just in case you need to blow up a planet.
Yeah. And they pilot it into
America.
space. And then Sonic has a very serious moment with Knuckles where he goes, "Hey, I know we promised never to use the Master Emerald for anything unless it was like absolutely the last option for anything. And I need to know where it is." And Knuckles goes, "Absolutely not. That's not what we agreed upon." And then they look like they're going to fight. And then Knuckles has a character growth moment where he goes, "But also part of our agreement was to always trust each other. So I'm going to trust that you're going to do the right thing."
He gives him a hug.
And gives him a hug. He says, "But I will warn you, wherever the Master Emerald is being guarded, a powerful warrior is guarding it. And I don't know if you're going to be able to get past him." It's just Wade.
Oh no!
Wade's playing hockey with the Master Emerald.
Oh no, that guy, the guy that I didn't like, that in the previous episode I said I hope I never see that guy again.
Yeah.
He showed up.
Boom, he's back.
For like 5 seconds. Sonic, boom,
5
he's
seconds
back.
too many, if you ask me.
And and Sonic goes, "Give me the Master Emerald, Wade." And he goes, "All right, but I have to warn you, I'm not allowed to give it to you, so you're gonna have to take it from me." And then he takes from him and he goes, "Well, I did what I could." And then Sonic goes supersonic and goes to beat up. Just smashes straight through the arc to tackle Shadow into space, and starts beating the shit out of Shadow. And then Shadow also touches the emerald.
Well, so they're going at it with each other for a bit, and then at some point, so it's funny because Shadow's definitely still contending with Supersonic, and at one point he knocks the
he punches him
Yeah,
very
punches
hard,
the emerald
And then
out of
he
him.
gets
like
the
Knuckles
super-
did to Robotnik in 2, and instead of coins falling out or rings, Chaos Emeralds.
The emeralds came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
So,
Shadow gets
Knuckle-
them.
So
No,
so
remember they
Shadow-
both run up to it.
Oh yeah.
They both touch it, and
Yeah,
then they
at the
both
same time.
start
And
going
they
at
start beating the shit out of each other.
it. The supers.
And then they end up on the moon where Shadow goes.
Wait.
Oh no, they
Sonic-
have a little thing before that.
Yeah, but Sonic literally punches Shadow to the moon.
Yeah, where it's after Shadow was like, I bet you're here without your friends because they were trying to tell you that this was a bad idea, but you chose vengeance instead. Welcome to being me. You're
know-
basically me now.
I'm gonna interrupt this because I want to make a point that fight scene between them, like while they were on Earth and all super Sonic, super Hedgehogged, was really cool.
Oh, very
Like-
cool.
Yeah, it looked phenomenal.
Dude,
Yeah.
like the kind of fight scenes that you want to see in, like, I don't know, like your
it's
DC or
it's
Marvel
like a top
movies.
5 fight.
Oh, for sure, it's fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a anime fight in
Oh yeah,
in a
it's really
a
cool.
live action movie.
And honestly, like I guess sound design or Foley, more like it, I guess, just felt like you could feel every hit.
Yeah,
Like,
the
it was so good. And you could also see clearly what was happening. Which is such a problem in a lot of even anime and things
Yeah.
like that. Like a lot of the times they just do the fast little lines and they're just like, but you could see every little hit that they were doing. Oh, it looked awesome.
Yeah, the hand-to-hand stuff,
Yeah.
the scale of, like, their power was very clear. They were punching each other through mountains, and like it was incredible. When I watched it, I was like, this is the kind of stuff that I wish, we got more of, like, when it comes to the crazy things. Like, it's one of my biggest pet peeves about like Star Wars movies is you have this force that you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with, but we don't get to see anything like that. Like, show me something cool with it. Like, instead of just you force pulled your lightsaber to yourself. Like, I want to, like, dude, crush the side of a freaking starship, or, you know what I mean? Or blow a hole open, and make your presence known with the force. You know what I mean?
Which-
Because that's cool stuff in, like, the extra canon stuff, or like the games,
Yeah.
or where like they're just pulling a starship to themselves.
That was something completely side conversation. That while I didn't like the last two of the most recent Star Wars movies, I did like that they began exploring that, because like you said, the extended canon, everything, the video games, the Force is something that's like you can do so much with.
Yeah.
But the movies only.
What's that Russian guy who did the animated one of the Clone Wars? He did Primal. You know what I'm talking about? He animated, like, Clone Wars stuff for Star Wars. But there's one where Mace Windu literally pulls all the bolts out of the droid. He, like, crushes them up with the Force. Like, that's the kind of stuff I want to see.
Yeah.
So you haven't seen that, but I'll show you after this. I'll look it up on YouTube.
Anyway.
Speaking of YouTube, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Sorry, I was thinking about Sonic.
Look at him. Look at him. He loves it. He loves Sonic. What are you, some kind of nerd?
Roll in at the speed of sound, quick as hedgehog go around. That's what plays in my brain 24/7.
So the Supersonics are
Yeah,
fine.
and then he gets punched to the moon, and then they have a heart-to-heart where Shadow is like,
The talk no jutsu finally.
yeah, Shadow
settled in.
Shadow sits there and is like, the last time I got to sit in front of the stars was with Maria. How did you get past, like, your mom dying? And Sonic goes, I never did. But the thing that keeps me going is remembering that the love that I had for them was more like feels better than any pain that I have from them being gone, or some shit like that.
Which is a
Better
callback to
written.
Sonic 2, because the love was real, even though the wedding was fake.
Yes.
Which is a callback to the Hobbit final movie. When that's a dumb joke. Never mind.
Which is also a callback to Sonic Adventure 1, where Amy goes, "There you are, Sonic. There's no way you're gonna keep me from marrying you now." No, that's Sonic
Which is-
Heroes. I'm a fake
which is-
fan. I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry, that was a callback to what you said to me before the the podcast started.
Hey-oh, it all comes full circle.
Speaking of circles,
And then
And
y'all
then-
made out.
And then Shadow goes, I just didn't feel like I had any other choice. And Sonic goes, you always have a choice. And then they fucking dab each other up and turn supersonic, and Live and Learn plays. And I lose my mind because it's so
did
cool.
you stand up and cheer? I feel like you
did.
wanted to.
I actually screamed.
Yeah.
And everyone got up and clapped.
Yeah. And then
And
Sonic
everybody
goes,
carried Michael out of the
and then
movie
Sonic
theater.
goes, gotta go fast. And Shadow said, don't tell me you have a catchphrase. And he goes, I do. And everybody loves it. Live and learn. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
Live and learn.
And then they beat the shit out of a bunch of robots in space, and it's fucking awesome.
Which also looked phenomenal.
Yeah, very good.
Like-
Seriously.
And then they do
visuals were
thing,
great.
And then they do the thing that they did in Sonic Adventure 2, where the Ark starts shooting a beam off into the Earth, and they just hold it
With their- with
and
their-
push it back. Except instead of Chaos controlling the Ark in a different place, the Eggman has a moment with Tails where they're trying to pull the
I forgot that's
pull
what
the beam in
happens
a different
in the game.
direction.
Man, I need to replay the
Yeah.
game.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And
And
so
then
they
they cut the-
move it into a different direction. Sonic starts falling back to Earth because, it's a lot of energy that they're trying to expend here. Shadow's just
he can handle it.
Shadow's just kind of
He's
there.
literally him.
Shadow
He just-
literally
He
is the ultimate life force.
He
stays in supersonic mode, super hedgehog mode.
Just like Sonic Adventure 2, they cut a massive chunk out of the moon with the beam. And then Shadow goes, hey, we got to stop this thing. Tails and Knuckles go and save Sonic from crashing into the Earth like Shadow did at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, I don't know how they're gonna get this thing going, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does Shadow crash back into Earth and then be met with the devil who goes, hey, Shadow, you want to learn about your past?
Show me your toes.
Show me your toes. I'll give you a gun if you show me your toes. It works.
Promise?
It works. And then we get Jim Carrey's big moment where he's like, I gotta stop this reactor from going off so that Shadow can push the space station away from the Earth, which is crazy. All by himself, he is him.
He is him.
absolutely
He
the
is
truth.
him. There's no doubt about that. It's not a
And
discussion.
Eggman puts up a couple of shields and then goes live on Twitch and goes, hey, Stone, if you're watching this, I always loved you. You were always my favorite lover. This has been a drag. Bye. Which is baller for a last line, allegedly. They definitely did that so that if he doesn't re-up his contract, he can have like a good moment out. But the world is saved by everybody. Just like Sonic Adventure 2. They all did it together.
You did skip past Gerald Robotnik being literally
The Scorpion King.
just fucking destroyed.
Oh,
He
you want to
just
know why?
gets-
I actually do need to rewatch the movie because something had happened right beforehand, and I had turned to say something to Sybil right as that moment happened, and I watched Lorenzo lose his fucking mind.
It was so goofy, but like he just gets knocked into the
yeah, the whirly
the
thing.
whirling energy and just
Yeah.
just completely dissipates into non-existence.
Hell yeah. Just like Sonic Adventure 2.
Which remind me. In Sonic Adventure 2, he is dead, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
It's like everything
Yeah, it's
was
like-
pre-planned.
Yeah, he
and
set,
pre-programmed.
he
to
set the codes up so
Yeah.
that one of his kids. or
That's what
grandkids would
I thought.
eventually,
I couldn't
like
remember.
put
exactly.
everything in, and then it plays his, which is crazy because in the game, what happens is he goes, "Humanity has taken everything from me, and now I'll take everything from it." And then in the background here, is that all? Is that your final words? Okay, get him. Because they're like Al Qaeda videoing him in his last moments. What are they gonna do? Put the video in the program for him? What's happening?
Damn, actually, yeah, I didn't. I
What-
never
what
thought.
is that?
My brain never questioned that. I was always just like, yeah, that makes sense. It didn't even like become a question.
Yes.
Dang.
So yeah, the world's saved, and then there's a post-credit scene where we get Metal Sonic and Amy. Spoilers.
Well, they do another race. So
Yeah, they
full
do
circle.
another-
Oh, they do
Yeah.
another race.
because
Sonic wins.
Sonic goes a little too far
goes too
towards
far.
New York City.
and then he gets surrounded by a bunch of Metal Sonics.
And they all
Canonically,
throw
that's what they're
ass.
called, is Metal Sonic.
Yeah, I'm aware.
And then some cloaked figure with this hammer shows up, and it's Amy Rose. And then there's another
everybody
post-credit
cheered.
scene where Shadow isn't dead. That's pretty much it. Hey, you!
How'd you like that episode? Did you like it?
You like movies? You like this one?
Do ya?
You should subscribe to this
Yeah,
channel right
like
now.
Also, as well.
Yeah. You got friends? Yeah, you do.
Do you? Hopefully.
Show it to them.
Prove
Show
it.
this to them.
Prove it. Prove it to us. You got friends.
There's other videos to watch too. Why don't you watch those if you're so cool?
Yeah. Prove you're not a bot. Leave a comment.
Nerd.